Can you hear me okay, George? Now, let's have it, Steve. What about this monster story of yours? Well, it's big and terrible. It's more frightening than I ever thought possible. You realize your story's front page all over the country. We want to know what's being done about this monster. Well, here's your headline.
Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Wrestling POV, episode number 8. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with Ron Deuce.
How goes it, people?
And our very special, he's not even a special guest, he's going to be a permanent addition to the show. He's a big wrestling fan. He's going to be talking on behalf of the fans. It is Rick Serrano III.
Yes!
Say hello, my friend.
Yes. This is awesome! This is awesome!
He's going to be, and it's like I said, he's going to be talking on behalf of the fans mainly. He's been a wrestling fan for many years. Now, Rick, let me ask you a question. What are you looking forward to the most on being on Wrestling POV?
Well, let me just say this. I have been a WWE fan before they got the F out. You know what I'm saying? So, I've been around since 1987. I was born, so I've been there since day one. My father had me on his lap watching those Andre the Giant Hulk Hogan matches, all those WWF Saturday night main events. I have been through it all. The Attitude Era, the PG era, the era before the Attitude Era. I don't even know if it has a name, but it's just been amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's great. But basically, he is, if he sounds a little different, that's because he is joining us via Skype. He's going to be pretty much our correspondent down in New York City, which is going to be great. We're slowly spreading out now, which is great. Okay. All right, so now let's go straight to the news.
Let's do it.
I don't know if you guys heard. This happened actually a couple hours ago. Another legend passed away.
Oh, man.
Did you hear about it?
No, I didn't.
No.
Moondog, Mike Flowers, died a few hours ago.
Really?
Yes.
It's happening a lot, man.
It is.
This has been one sad year. Not just
it's like
wrestling
almost
deaths.
every
Wow.
week I'm reporting somebody passed away.
I know. Wow.
Yeah, and this just literally, right before the show started, I just saw it. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Wow.
You know, the Moondogs was probably one of the most, I think they're probably the ones that started hardcore.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't care. They used everything. You know, they used the chair. They used their bones. Mm-hmm. You know, they were great. But, you know, it's unfortunate. And they're not in the Hall of Fame, are they?
No, the Moondogs are yet to be in.
Oh, wow. I think right now would be a good time.
Yeah. That would
But they already got the whole Hall of Fame filled out. So
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
All right. So now it's been reported on Netflix that they're going to add the Lucha Underground first season. Mm-hmm. Did you hear about that?
Yes, I have.
Really?
Lucha Underground. I have to be honest. I have not really been paying much attention to it, but now that it's on Netflix, I will give it a shot.
Well, you know Rey Mysterio's on there.
Yeah, I did see that, and I did get interested with that. So I'm definitely now very interested that I can sit back and watch it, especially that my wife's away for the weekend. So I got.
There you go. That's one way to watch it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, now. Jesus.
What do we get into here?
I don't know.
I'm loving it.
All right, so now. Apparently, New Day, they want, for their entrance at WrestleMania, I don't know if you guys heard about this, they want to fly around the stadium like unicorns.
Yo.
I am gonna pop huge for that.
Now, but there's no word if it's been approved yet.
No.
So,
But it may not be approved, but I know you're gonna pop. You're gonna love it.
no, I am not.
New Day.
No, I am not.
You know, I know you guys called us like the new Freebirds, but I see us as the new Day.
You have sealed the deal on our new gimmick name, the New Day.
The new
Just like the All-American American.
No. I don't see that happening.
I'm down with the unicorns, man. I think that would be amazing. I think it would be awesome.
I have to agree with you.
No.
Now, if they never did the unicorn dildo horns thing, I mean, it's been said that, but I think if they didn't do that first and then came out with the unicorns for the WrestleMania entrance, yeah, that would be huge.
I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, it hasn't been confirmed yet if they're going to be allowed to do that. But if they do that, oh my Lord, I'm going to have to change my whole perspective on WrestleManias. I'm sorry.
They're in Dallas, so I can see them riding on horses with the horn.
You know what? Yeah, that's
okay.
true. I can see that. They might not approve them to float around in the air, but I can see them riding in a horse. On a horse with a unicorn.
Think about it, though, with the possible over 100,000 pissed off Texans.
Oh, jeez. That's true. You put New Day on the spot.
Good job. I like this guy already.
All right, so now this past week, there was a couple legends' birthdays. The Russian Bear, Nikolai Volkov. I mean, not Nikolai, Nikita Koloff. Sorry, he turned 57. 57. I'm telling you, he was one of the characters that can play a heel in a face really well and was very convincing. He was one of my favorites growing up watching, so happy birthday to him. And also the dog-faced gremlin, Rick Steiner, who turned 54 this week, too.
Rick Steiner was my man, and not because he has the greatest name in the world, but because he was just awesome with the headgear and all that stuff. So
you like that headgear?
Rick Steiner. Yeah, I did.
I didn't.
The mullet, it was way better than his brother's mullet, that's for sure.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, oh my God.
Big Papa mullet.
He had a big mullet, man. Scott Steiner.
Especially like 89, 90 era.
Yes. That was big, man. Oh, man. Anyway, now we're going to be talking about Roadblock later on, but I guess there was a new match added to Roadblock. It was Sheamus and Wade Barrett versus New Day for the belts. Yes. So, there's, like I said, we're going to talk about it later on, and there's some other things that I heard that, I don't know, might be coming true. I'm not sure yet.
So I also have a rumor. I have one here for you. Now, we all know that Titus O'Neil has been suspended, right, for touching the boss, right? What if this whole thing was a shoot? What if Titus O'Neil enters into that Hell in a Cell, comes in? I feel like a lot of people will be in there, and Titus may be one of them. You know how the internet is taking over. I know they didn't announce it on Raw or SmackDown or anything, but everybody on the internet knows he's been suspended for touching Vince. Maybe this is something that is being passed around as a shoot. Some people are saying that. Yeah,
but I got some news about that too.
Yeah,
that might change your mind. Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll get to that. We'll
We'll
talk about that later. Like I said, I got some news about that too. So just stay tuned, and when we get to it, you might want to change your mind after that. But yeah, you know what though? On a storyline point of view, yeah, that would make sense. That would be awesome. But it's just the only thing I have to rebuke that is because of the fact they never talked about it on air.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's
like,
kind of like if they mentioned it and then they kind of dragged it out a little bit and mentioned the fact that Titus O'Neil was suspended and they did it on WWE, then I can definitely see that happening. But they never touched up on it. So. But wait until you hear what I have to say later on about that.
I'm excited.
All right, so now on to rumors. With the whole New Day thing, now apparently they want to change New Day, and this is just a rumor too. They want to turn him into a full-fledged baby. Actually, wait, did you guys have anything for the news? Or was that it?
Oh, well, actually, I have one little tidbit. I mean, anybody remember Mr. Anderson?
Yeah.
A.k.a. Mr. Kennedy. Well,
okay. Yes.
Recently, he has been on Twitter and online saying FTNA this, FTNA that, this, that, and the other thing, they can, whatever. You know where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, TNA has come out with a response to that, and they say that Mr. Anderson was fired after a failed drug test.
That's what I heard.
Man. Now, so my question for both of you guys is, what do you think of that? You think it's true?
Well, TNA, they're known for, like, if they're not a good company.
No.
And every time, if a wrestler leaves, they leave on bad terms.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
You know what I'm saying? And they're always saying it was them, and then TNA will try to come in and say, no, it was because of this. You know, I'm not a big TNA fan, but I don't see that. I really don't.
And that's why companies like that go down. You know, it's like it's sad because Anderson was such a great superstar, and things like failed drug tests and some things are meant to be private, and certain things should not be out on social media and
That's
stuff
true.
like that. And if Anderson does go FTNA, leave it at that. Be the bigger person. You're a company. You know, you want to push that you're respectable.
Yeah.
And to go out and do that, I gotta disagree, man. That's not the smart move for them. And
Not for
if
TNA.
Anderson, no, not for TNA. And if Anderson's a free agent, I know WWE, Triple H, they don't really get along, but let's make something happen, Anderson. Let's work your way back.
That would be interesting, though.
Yeah.
It would be interesting, you know, and it could play a role at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Could play a role.
Mr. McMahon's son could come back.
That's right. Anything else?
No,
that was it. What do you
let's see, maybe. I don't know. Anybody hear about Gallows and Anderson?
No.
They're expected to skip NXT altogether.
I
And go
heard
to the
about
main
that
roster.
too. Yes. Did you hear about that?
And that I did hear, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I want to see that the whole thing with these guys come together, see what they can do with the not the Bullet Club. What was the new name?
Bulletproof.
Bulletproof, or there was another Balor Club or Bulletproof. They might go with either one.
I think they might combine the two. That was another thing I heard. That they're going to go Balor Club Bulletproof.
Oh,
Okay.
Or something like that. Or Bulletproof Balor Club.
Okay,
One or the other. They're
The
saying they
second one
want to
sounds good.
Yeah. They're saying they want to mix it in together. So, you know, because obviously, you know, Finn Balor was part of that. So,
Yeah.
so that's
And
cool.
the tag team division is weak right now, so I think
Yes.
you bring on any guy you can. And that's Gallows is such a big guy. Anderson, there's two big monster guys. They would definitely bring a lot of strength and power to the tag team division.
Yeah, that's true. And that I'll tell you, I'd be marking out big time once they come out, though. Shoot. And you know what? They don't need to start in NXT.
No.
You know, I always felt they should just go
Yeah,
straight to, you know what I'm saying? They need to go straight to the main roster. You know, especially
not-
Gallows. Gallows was there once before.
Yep.
Exactly.
A couple times
Yeah, a couple times he was there, and then he did I think his last thing was with CM Punk.
with the Straight Edge Society, and
Yep.
who can forget biscuits and gravy?
So, Rick, do you have anything for news?
Well, since my Titus O'Neil rumor got shut down, I'm gonna work up for next week's show, and I'm gonna have 100% rumor that's gonna stick. So I'm gonna take a pass on this one.
100% rumor it's gonna stick.
All right, so now speaking of rumors, we'll go straight to the rumors. And it was like I said before. Now that they want to turn the New Day a full-fledged babyface. And if you notice, and with the announcement earlier in the news about Sheamus and Barrett, you know, versus New Day at this pay-per-view, it, you know, kind of looks that way. I don't know how I feel about it, but supposedly it's supposed to lead into WrestleMania, and they're saying that New Day should be baby faces by WrestleMania. So I don't know how much truth to that is, but
Now look at their first babyface run. Look what
didn't
they-
work.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean,
Right?
yeah, but as
It
soon as
didn't
they
work.
go pseudo heels, they're baby faces already.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean this whole making them babyface. I mean, let's stop trying to make it about the fans and everything. They're doing so well. The fans are finally liking them for being who they are. Let's not try to pander
Are
to
you
the
a
fans.
New Day fan?
Huh?
Are you a New Day fan?
I am.
New
All right, so
Day?
this was Rick Serrano's last
appearance on the show.
appearance on the
Apparently,
show.
Listen, when they first came out with the vignettes, I said, "Wow, this is something big." I mean, I think.
Are you talking about when they first came out as a babyface?
No. When they first came out as the baby faces, they had the vignettes in the beginning, a couple of weeks. I was like, wow,
yeah.
who's this? Kofi's finally gonna be a heel, and then they come out and they try to be all good and everything and babyface, and it just fell apart. But the second they turned heel, I said the power of positivity, baby, booty, and I was all on board for that. I mean that's where they belong.
Okay. All right. Well, you might got a point there, but I'm still not a New Day fan.
I don't think you ever will be.
You haven't eaten your Bootio Cheerios.
No, and I will never eat Bootio Cheerios.
Studios.
No, thank you. All right, so now this next rumor, it was really interesting to me, and in light of what's been going on with Shane and the Undertaker and this whole what does Shane has in his black box and all this other stuff, saying that John Cena though he won't be wrestling at WrestleMania, he is still be expected to be involved somehow in some way, sort of fashion. Okay, so they're saying that he might be turning heel at WrestleMania.
Okay, all right.
Now these are two scenarios. Okay, the first scenario, because you got to remember too, one of his last runs was with what? The U.S. title.
Yes.
Okay, so now they're saying that he might interfere with that Kalisto match. Because right now it does look like, I'm sorry to say, we're skipping, we're jumping a little bit, but it does look like it's going to be Kalisto versus Ryback.
Oh, Ryback.
Yeah.
Okay.
At WrestleMania, it does look like it right now, and he could be interfering with that, because he was trying to bring legitimacy to the United States title. So they're saying that's one scenario, though.
Okay.
The other scenario, they're saying that he might be interfering in the Undertaker and Shane match, aligning himself with the Authority, though.
I think that'd be the better heel turn right there. Without a doubt.
That's definitely the better option, because to interfere in a match that may be on the pre-show is not something you would want John Cena to come out to, because I see the U.S. title being a pre-show thing.
Did they say they're going to make the U.S. title a pre-show?
I feel that's what I feel right now. I don't know if it's definitely, but I feel like that's a match, especially Ryback, Kalisto. It's already happened. I feel like that's a pre-show kind of thing. But even still, you wouldn't want John Cena to make his heel turn for a U.S. title match. I know he's been with it for a while now, but I don't think that's the way you want John Cena to become a heel. Definitely, I see him giving the AA to Shane and putting Undertaker over to get the win. For
him to become a heel, yeah, and he'll probably be one of the biggest heels that the WWE will have.
Better than when Hogan turned.
Better than when
Hogan turned.
Oh yes. That was classic.
Proverbially, my jaw's still on the floor from the Hogan turn as a fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was probably one of the best, and I tell you, till this day, that was one of the biggest surprises for me. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's all I got for rumors.
I have one more quick one. Has anybody heard about Vince McMahon being very unhappy with NXT in general?
I've been hearing that for a while now. Did you hear anything about that?
Yeah, he's just coming off as a grumpy old man right now at this point. I mean, let the youngins take over. Let the millennials take over this thing, man.
That's true. Did they say why?
No, I didn't read too. There wasn't all that much available to read. It's just the reports, rumors.
Well, yeah,
so it's not confirmed, but.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing that for quite a while now. Like, for the past year or so, they're saying that, they're always saying that he's upset with NXT. But I don't know.
If you're that upset with it, why do you still promote it?
It's. I think it has a lot to do with Triple H.
You think it's jealousy that he's turning NXT into this big machine that it's becoming, or
it could be. It could be. I mean, you just don't know with Vince,
right?
He's very smart.
And you also don't have these mountain of men coming out of NXT. You have a lot of small guys, and we all know Vince is just not like the small, fast guys.
No, he doesn't.
It's not.
Yeah. So. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, right now NXT is doing very well.
Yes, they are.
Now they're. I think since last year they've been going on the road. So I mean, something's working. So if Vince is no, that's not going anywhere, he's dead wrong. So Rick, do you have any rumors besides your the one you mentioned earlier?
Like I said, I'm going to take a pass on my rumors because apparently you need to have 100% facts on this show.
Oh!
Well, that's why they're called rumors. That's why they're called
rumors, Tony. That's why they're called rumors, Tony. They're not always 100% right.
Well, that's exactly my point. All right, so the injury report, the only one that I have right now is actually it's 3, but it's mixed in as 1, which is Seth Rollins. They're saying is already back in the ring, training,
doing light workouts,
light workouts multiple times a week. And they said last week he was seen at the WWE Performance Center with John Cena and Cesaro, and one of the doctors from the Andrews Sports Medicine Center. So hey, it looks like they're getting ready for. I don't see them doing anything at WrestleMania. I think, if anything, Rollins might be interfering. That's another possibility with the whole Shane and Undertaker thing, He could be interfering, but on which side. The Authority or with Shane, because you got to remember when he left, he was with the Authority. So, I don't know. Oh, and then the other one that I have, actually, Emma, she suffered a head injury, like a concussion during a live show.
Yes, I believe that was because of Asuka.
That's right, it was because of her.
Gave her a nice stiff round.
It's pronounced
Asuka.
Asuka.
Or is it Asuka?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I thought that's what it was too, Asuka. But
they use
Asuka
silent.
in Spanish is sugar. So
Okay. We learned some new Spanish stuff today,
she
folks.
is my sugar.
Hey, if I can have Becky, you can have her.
So yeah, it's pronounced Asuka. So
Hey, she gave her a rather stiff roundhouse kick right to the head.
yeah, they're saying that Asuka is really, really stiff in the ring. So did you hear about that?
Now, I haven't heard about it, but I can just imagine Asuka or Asuka. You say Asuka, I say Asaka. Has a mean roundhouse, so I would definitely be careful with that next time she's in the ring.
Yeah, but that's all the injury report I got.
There's one, I guess, at a live show recently. The Big Show was taking on the Wyatts, and I guess he landed on his knee wrong, and he finished. This is I guess this was a house show match,
Right? Yeah.
And he finished the match. He got through it. You could tell he was taking light on his leg, and then at the end, usually he does what? He goes over the top rope and falls down. He rolled out from under the bottom rope, sat in the apron for a bit, and he obviously looked like he was selling, but this is from live reports from fans that were there looking at him, and they even thought that this looked way too painful as a sell, for a sell.
Right.
So,
Where was this at?
I'm sorry.
Was it like a few days ago or something?
Yeah, it was within the past few days. We don't know if it's a legit...
Well, Big Show's sells are hard to sell. He's not really the best at selling anything. So if he looked hurt, he must have really been hurt, because he definitely can't sell being hurt or being a face or being a heel. So we just...
Well, we'll see. We got the pay-per-view coming up. I don't think he was involved anyway.
No, he's been absent for a couple of weeks now.
Was he? I thought he was just on Raw.
He's been off Raw since the match with the 3-on-3 match against the Wyatts.
No,
when
he fought...
Ryback walked out.
No, because he wrestled against... who did he wrestle
Kevin
against?
Owens?
Kevin Owens, yeah.
Kevin Owens on Raw.
Yeah, on Raw. I think it was last week.
That was last week.
The Wyatts was 3 weeks ago. That was 2 weeks ago with the KO. But
yeah.
My bad.
Because everybody was saying that they hoped that wasn't going to be the WrestleMania match, was Big Show and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I think even last week, you and I, and I believe Mimi, we even talked about it a bit, or was it? Yeah.
About what?
About it, hoping that it wasn't a WrestleMania match.
Yeah. So, hey, well, like I said, I don't think he was even involved for the roadblock this weekend, Big Show.
No, I don't recall that.
Yeah. And I don't know.
Unless they would have built up Big Show and KO just to give KO a match on Roadblock or something. But who knows?
It could be. Who knows, like you said. But, I don't think he'll be on there, even if he wasn't hurt.
No.
But we'll definitely know by Monday Night Raw. If he's on Raw, then it must have been nothing too big. So, all right. So now, speaking of Raw, let's go straight to Raw.
Let's go straight to it.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. So now, in the beginning, Shane comes out and he cuts his promo. Nothing extravagant. And then Vince comes out. Of course, he really knows how to work the crowd. The crowd was just... And then when they kept chanting CM Punk, he goes, let's see how long this lasts. Yeah.
And then they got louder.
No, they shut up.
Oh.
They shut up.
They stopped.
So then he was belittling Shane, and then he had a picture of him with Shane, and then he smashes it on the ground.
Stomps all over it.
That was great right
there. That
there.
was kind of funny, I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Yeah.
I see no sense of that part for what.
I get it looking like a fool.
Yeah, but I get why he did it, but I don't know. To me, that was just a little bit too much. I think they should have let Shane do his thing first and explain himself a little bit more about, this is the reason why, this is what happened. This is why I bought this. I had to bail him out. You know what I'm saying? It just looked like he didn't get a chance to. So Vince is doing all this, and then he calls, and which is confusing to me because he calls security on Shane. Now, if Shane is more of the owner than Vince is, shouldn't have Shane did that?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
That was so baffling to me. I guess what they're doing is Shane is not the owner yet because he's got the stipulation at Mania. I guess they got it on pause or something. Because that's the only explanation for that. Because that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And where do they get these guys, Tony? Where do they get these security guys to
Those
come
are
out
indie wrestlers.
It's not the APA protection agency for sure.
No, those are indie wrestlers from that area. You know, they'll call them in and stuff like that, and they'll say, "Hey, here's about $200, be security," and then get hit by Shane. That's pretty much what it was. You know, because you can tell those guys were indie workers, and
just by the way they took it.
Yeah, and I mean, granted, I loved seeing Shane do those quick pops at him, but
I know.
I'm like, Jesus, a little bit too much there, Shane. Relax. And
there's MMA in there with the
those
punches
but
and
you
those
know what though,
knees,
the crowd popped when he did that.
What?
The crowd popped for that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For Shane attacking,
Yeah. The way he threw him out, freaking crowd went crazy. But to me, I wasn't too thrilled.
I wasn't too happy with that. I was just like, they could have done something else. Let's see what. I know they want to keep his moveset hidden. I mean, we haven't seen him in like 7 years or something like that.
Yeah.
But just give me something. Give me a clothesline. Give me a Mac stunner. Give me something.
Yeah, he just did like a little boxing thing, and then that was it.
Now, a little tidbit about Shane getting prepared for his match. Do you know who's actually helping him train up for this match?
Is it? No, I don't.
The innovator of violence.
Tommy
Dreamer has been helping out Shane McMahon.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
So that's why those punches look suspect.
Oh.
Listen,
Tommy
Dreamer looks like he's part of the cast of Impractical Jokers today.
Yeah, he does.
Oh my, yes, he does.
He does. Well, actually, he did that thing with Impractical
and he was
Jokers.
on an episode.
Yeah, he was on an episode.
Tommy.
All right, so now the next thing that happened on Raw was Kevin Owens versus Neville. Let me tell you something. This was a great match. I really, really loved this match. And it was definitely WrestleMania worthy. And, I mean, the winner ended up being Kevin Owens. And then he ended up beating the crap out of Neville. And at that point, you kind of knew somebody was going to come out, and which was Sami Zayn. I popped. I ain't going to lie. The crowd popped huge for it. You know what I'm saying? Now, do you guys think that this is going to be the WrestleMania match? Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, or is it going to be a triple threat match with Neville involved?
I'm happy with both.
Let me just say this: that after watching this Monday Night Raw and now watching some part of SmackDown, in which they had Sami Zayn in the ring with The Miz and Kevin Owens talking about their history, Neville came out and they ended up having a tag match. Kevin Owens walks out on The Miz, and The Miz takes the pin. So I think it's going to be more than a triple threat. I think they're going to do the 5 or 6 man for the IC title match.
The ladder match.
Something like that.
Yeah, actually, I heard the same thing, that it was either going to be between the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title, that they were going to do a multiple person and have it like as a ladder match, like
a Money in the Bank type match.
Yeah.
Yep.
Except the title's not going to be hanging?
No, the title will be hanging.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That was last year's, wasn't it?
Last year with Luke Harper was the champ, I think, and Daniel Bryan took away the championship.
That's
and,
right.
And gave it up a month later.
So basically they're trying to they want to do it like that this year, but they wasn't sure which one, either the U.S. or the Intercontinental. So it looks like the Intercontinental is that's what's gonna end up happening. I just wish for something like that, as big as a feud with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, they should have left it with just them two. My opinion.
I have to go with
my
that.
opinion.
I think with that on Mania, I wouldn't want to see that, just because Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is such a big match that people want to see. I think we need to give them an hour, give them 45 minutes, in which another pay-per-view like Payback or something like that, because you want to see those two wrestle for a longer period of time.
Yeah, but you don't think that's a WrestleMania? It's not WrestleMania worthy.
No,
you put it on a different pay-per-view.
Oh, absolutely. But the reason why they're so centered around Shane and Undertaker and Reigns and Triple H. I think that IC title match is going to get just fizzled out. It will probably be the best match, but it won't have the time that it needs to
if it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Nah, I think if they throw a good match like they have done in the past, I don't see it. Like, if it doesn't matter, it wouldn't even matter what Shane and Undertaker did. I think if they do a good match like that, it's definitely going to be noticeable, and it'll definitely be recognized too. You know what I'm saying?
As a fan, I would just want to see more of them instead of like giving them a 20-minute spot. I want to see 40 minutes of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens just killing each other.
And they can do it too.
And they can.
They can do it. So, I don't know. We'll have to wait to see it at WrestleMania. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a multiple-person match. I mean, I would like to, in my opinion, I would go for either or. If it was Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, or if it's Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Neville, I still think they were
the fans are going home happy.
Yeah, they'll blow the roof off of that, man. I mean, are you kidding me? All right, so now there was the segment. It was it wasn't a segment. It was a match. It was Brie versus Summer Rae. Now Lana shows up, doesn't really do anything. Mm-hmm. Of course, Brie looks at her and like, what are you doing here, and this and that. Summer ends up winning, rolls her up, schoolboy.
Yep.
Then Lana comes in and attacks Brie and does her move.
The Bella Buster.
The Bella Buster. Is that what it's called?
That's what it's
Oh,
called.
no, I
Is
disagree.
that?
No, it is, but I'm just saying no. Why do you call it that? Like, no way. That's just not right. No.
Is it? I've never heard it called that. Is it really called the Bella Buster?
Wow.
Bella Buster.
That's hysterical.
And Lana makes it look better.
Really?
Lana, the way she goes down with it looks so much better than Brie.
Yeah.
And I know. Oh, wait, did I say something wrong? I know you guys had I Love Brie all last week.
That was Mimi. That was Mimi's thing. She loves Brie. But no, I mean, it looks like this is going to be at WrestleMania. Don't you think?
All right, so let me just say, on SmackDown they had the same thing, same match, Brie versus Summer.
You talking about yesterday's SmackDown?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Brie fought again. They fought Summer, and again Lana was out on commentary. And basically Brie wins the match. And she beats Summer, and in comes Lana, and Lana hits her with another Bella Buster.
Really?
So, yeah. So I don't think I hope we don't get a one-on-one match. I think we're gonna have a Team Brie versus Team Lana kind of thing, where they try to get people in. I mean, just to get more divas on the show.
Yeah, but with WrestleMania being 3 weeks away, you really think there's going to be that much? They're going to have that much time to gather up a Team Brie and Team Lana?
I mean,
I don't think they will.
I think Lana and Summer already have a connection because they both have been involved in the last week, I guess. I mean, it's not that difficult to hook it up. I mean, I think you'll have Tamina and what's her name, Naomi, and on Lana's team, and I think Brie could just scoop up a couple of girls, some NXT girls. I think will make their debut.
But you know what, though? Actually, I can see this as a pre-show match at WrestleMania. Yeah. So, I mean, if they go one-on-one, it'll definitely be like a pre-show.
I can see that as well. Maybe they'll have 2 pre-show matches because it's Mania. I can see that match going 10 minutes or something like that. And,
what, Brie and Lana?
And Lana. Oh,
I don't think it'll go that long.
Because Brie has been talking like she wants to leave with Daniel Bryan being gone. So this could be like a stipulation. Walk away from the business kind of thing for her.
And if Lana beats her,
yeah, and Lana could
that could be a good scenario. That could be a good scenario. All right, so now the next one, Dean, he comes out and he cuts a promo stating that he doesn't care about Roman and Triple H things. Okay, so basically he's showing that he doesn't give a crap what Roman feels and this and that. And I don't know, that segment, it was just weird to me, and I don't know. And he's saying that he'll ruin WrestleMania and he doesn't get, like, he was being a spoiled brat. You know what I'm saying?
I got that too. I got that.
See,
that
felt like an old Christian spoiled brat thing going on.
Yeah, a little bit.
It felt like it.
And it was like, oh, I'm going to ruin WrestleMania and this and that. It's like, wait a minute, dude. You already got a title match coming on Saturday.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're going to talk like that?
About? Yeah.
Exactly.
If I'm Roman Reigns, I'm like, bro, come on.
But he wasn't on Raw. Roman Reigns was not on Raw. So I think that might be something going on with there that might either, happen at Roadblock or, I don't know, it might stem into WrestleMania.
And I think instead of flashing back to what happened on Raw, have Roman Reigns via satellite with the mask on his
I
something,
miss
man.
those via satellite things.
And plus, he can do it. It can be pre-recorded too,
Yeah,
so
I
that
know.
way he can do multiple takes.
And then we'll get the bonus DVD with 37 outtakes.
Yeah. So anyway, so that segment there to me was. I really don't know how I feel about it because Triple H comes out and all he does is basically tells him he's going to have to face Bray Wyatt later on, which ended up being the main event.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I don't know. It's like I said, I think everything is going to fall into place on Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler.
He is probably my least favorite wrestler right now. Okay.
And this was Tony Diaz's last appearance on this show.
I'm just waiting for mine.
You realize I own the show, right?
We'll work a way around that. We'll work around that.
Hey, majority rules, 2-on-1 here, buddy. It's a handicap match.
All right, so now everybody knows that, but with what happened, and I don't think anybody noticed about this either. But I'm gonna tell you what happened first. Okay, Dolph Ziggler ended up facing all of the League of Nations.
In an
Now-
elimination style match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I was very impressed with Rusev. First of all, he's
Well-
gotten a lot better.
Well,
Definitely.
He stays on the show now. He's praising Rusev, right?
But he did. Rusev, he's gotten so much better as a worker, and it's like, wow, he's improved a lot. Like you can tell, he's more comfortable.
He's more loose.
Yeah, he's a lot looser in the ring, and I mean his ring work just gotten. It's really, really good. Yeah, like I said, he looks very comfortable too. Where before it's like he felt like he had to rush.
I think the comfort comes from being around Barrett and Sheamus and Del Rio.
Yeah.
I think that
Experience,
definitely they definitely bring it out because he doesn't have to be Rusev, blah, blah, blah. He is just coming out and saying, I'm part of this team and I'm just going to make it work. And he's definitely, he's looks so much better in the ring. He's not as stiff as he used to be, I feel. And I feel like he now knows, hey, I'm just going to kick people in the head and I'm going to submit them. And
Yeah,
he's
but
looking
I don't
good
know.
doing it.
That's what I noticed. That's what I gathered in that match. So I was really impressed with him. Now I'm gonna go back to Ziggler. Before that match happened, Dolph was in the back, and Stephanie approached him.
Right.
Okay. Now Stephanie brought up a weird fact, which was what? How Dolph Ziggler
is-
Dolph Ziggler in the Survivor Series.
yes,
Dolph Ziggler was on Survivor Series, right?
and that he eliminated the Authority at one time before.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, all of a sudden, Stephanie's like, you know what? I'm going to put you in a match with League of Nations. Okay. Now, this is my major prediction of what's going to happen at WrestleMania. I sincerely think that all this is misleading about Dolph Ziggler. Okay, because he's going to be the one that's going to help Undertaker win at WrestleMania. Think about it. Why would they even mention that?
And I definitely agree with that. And if you want this to work, punish Dolph Ziggler until WrestleMania. Every week, I want to see him in a handicap match against the Wyatts, against the League of Nations, against the New Day. Make him suffer. You know what I'm saying? So then, when that happens, when he super kicks Shane McMahon, we're all gonna be. It's gonna go crazy in there.
Well, I mean, the reason why I'm saying this is because of what happened last week when I made the announcement about that Baltimore, Maryland had did a slip up, and they announced that it was going to be
Raw versus
WWE. Now, this could, like I said, lead into, like I said, Dolph interfering in that match. But then again, Shane's going to have something up his sleeves because remember that locked box that they have not talked about since he's mentioned it. Okay, so the thing that Shane McMahon could have up his sleeve could be some kind of clause in there that says he still owns Raw.
He didn't sell all. Yeah.
You know what I'm
He didn't
saying?
sell all of his rights away or something
right,
like that,
right,
yeah.
something like that. Some kind of weird clause. So I mean, that could happen to make it to bring in light into the whole of the brand split of WWE versus Raw. So that's how I see it. But I seriously think that Dolph Ziggler is going to be the sleeper person in this whole WrestleMania, where he's going to be the one that's going to turn into a major heel. Now, if this happens, I'll be a Dolph Ziggler fan. I really would.
And I wish you would. And I really, really wish you would. Because But
not.
don't you see a lot of Shawn Michaels in Dolph Ziggler? I know he's doing
Yes,
super
I do.
kick
A
and he's
little
just
bit,
like
yeah.
him, but I also see a lot of Mr. Perfect in him. I just always thought Dolph Ziggler had what those guys had, and I just feel like he's never really been given that opportunity to hold it. And I think being with the Authority and being with Triple H, I think that definitely puts him over. His in-ring work is amazing, and I think he cuts some of the best promos out there. And I think being with the Authority and having him at the top definitely puts him over
He's
for
an
everybody.
overactor.
I mean, he has one of the best oversells you could ever think
He
of.
oversells too much.
I mean, Mr. Perfect oversold, but he made it look right.
he made it look good though.
Right.
Dolph is so like, oh, come on, really?
Dolph Ziggler acts like
I'm done
Shawn
with the show. I'm done with the show. You guys, seriously, really?
Come on, I was about to go. I was about to insult Shawn Michaels here a little bit, so that probably would have got me fired from the show.
I don't like Shawn Michaels either.
Okay, well, I was gonna say Shawn Michaels' incredibly horrible oversell to Hulk Hogan's big boot.
Yeah.
Come on now, and you're talking about Ziggler.
Talking about oversellers, I mean, The Rock, every time he got stuttered, I mean,
That was
Those were classic though. Don't you be going down on the rock now.
don't be going down the rock.
Don't be doing that now.
what?
But I mean, seriously, Dolph Ziggler, to me, he just oversells. And I think that's his major problem is that he oversells. And there's a time and a place to do, to sell.
Right.
Or to even oversell, And obviously, the golden rule is always the left arm and left leg.
Mm-hmm.
But, he just takes it too far. That's just how I see it. He just takes it way too far. So
And I disagree.
you can disagree. That's fine. I mean, unless this happens at WrestleMania, okay, then I'll be a Dolph Ziggler fan.
Okay.
Only if it happens. If it doesn't happen, no. The Dolph Ziggler will be banned from this show. Okay.
If it happens,
if I'm the
you got to wear a
voice,
Dolph
I'm-
Ziggler shirt.
No. What?
Whoa, yes, I have a Dolph Ziggler shirt. You can put it. It won't probably fit you. You can put it as a bandana, but I definitely think that's a good stipulation right there. If he turns heel, I think you got to wear a Dolph Ziggler shirt.
But it's got to be at WrestleMania.
No, but I want him to turn heel.
Okay, yeah, but if it actually happens, you said you'll become a fan.
I'll become a fan.
So our side of it
I'm
is,
not going to wear his stuff.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Just for this. We will purposely order you a shirt in your size. If this actually happens at WrestleMania,
No.
you got to post a picture on the site, on either one, Facebook.
How about I'll print something up that says Dolph Ziggler and I'll just hold it up like that or something? I don't know.
I don't know. What do you
How
think, Rick?
about we do this? How about we leave it to the people? People out there
Yes.
listening right now.
Okay,
Put on
fine.
the Facebook page, Wrestling POV Podcast, and put the hashtag Dolph Tony.
Dolph Tony.
If you want to see Tony wearing a Dolph Ziggler shirt, if Dolph Ziggler turns heel. If he doesn't turn heel at WrestleMania, I will shred my Dolph Ziggler shirt.
I
And
like
you
that.
put and
That's
you
a
can
bet.
put the hashtag Dolph Rick, and we will see what happens.
I like that.
love it.
I like it. All right, but so how many? I mean, how are we going to do it though? Is it going to be like a certain amount of people, or?
I mean, we'll see what. We're just gonna have the people see if they want to see it. If we get a good number of people saying they want to see
Sure.
that with the hashtag Dolph Tony, Dolph
Okay.
Rick,
All right.
then we will put it. Then we do it. I think we should do it.
All right.
We can even set up a Twitter poll for that,
yeah,
too.
we can do the Twitter poll. That's right.
Yeah.
So all right. So we'll plug it on Facebook and Twitter. How about that?
There
And
we
then
go.
if there's a number of votes to say that if that happens, then I wear it, then that's fine. And if it happens to not happen, then Rick is going to have to tear that up.
I feel
and it's got to be live. And it's got to be live on Facebook.
Listen, it will be live and in person. I've got a lot of Hulk Hogan T-shirt shreddings. I'm down. I can do it.
All right, sounds good. All right, that's a bet. That's a bet. I'll bet. I'll take that. I'll take that on. All right, so now the next match it was Becky and Sasha versus Tamina and Naomi. Now, how many times is this going to do this? Isn't there other divas that they can do this with?
What's up with Paige? Where's Paige been?
That's exactly
where is
what
she?
I had on my notes too. I said, you know what? The winner ended up being Sasha and Becky, It was an okay match because I've seen it too many times. But they really do need to wrestle somebody else besides Tamina and Naomi. I get it. Yeah, Sasha used to beat with them, but change it up a little bit. Yeah, it's been beat. And I have right in parentheses, too. Where's Paige?
I mean, you put Paige and Natty back together.
Yeah. So
at least something like that. Anything but these two, like these two teams fighting.
It's the
something
same
else.
thing. It's like it's getting so. Now, did they fight on SmackDown?
On SmackDown, we had. Let me just check my notes. No, we didn't see anything about those two. Nothing.
Nothing with Sasha or Becky.
Nothing with Sasha. Nothing with Becky.
Really? That's just weird.
That is very weird.
You know, being that it's going to be a triple threat match at WrestleMania, they didn't do anything on SmackDown. That's a little weird to me. But anyways, during that match, Charlotte attacked Sasha and Becky. Let me tell you something. I'm becoming more of a Charlotte fan every time I see her. She is really working this gimmick.
Up her game every week, and she just.
And
she's a product of the game.
Yeah,
she's
but I'm sorry to say,
game.
she looked like such a badass on Monday Night Raw attacking them. Like, she was like, yeah.
Was the low cut shirt that she was wearing in the all black? Because I definitely dug that. I definitely was like, wow.
Well, it made her look more of a heel, too.
Yeah, it made her look like an enforcer. Something I think she needs to do. You know?
Yes.
I definitely like that look for her. I think that's something she definitely should try to put into her work, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that was good, though. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe they might do something on the roadblock this weekend.
Yeah, I believe we'll have something like that, or it's like an interview or something to hype it up.
Yeah. I mean, right now, I like it where it is right now. I mean, if they want to keep adding stuff, that's all great for me. But you know, even if they don't all the way up to WrestleMania, I'm good with that too. I'm dying to see that match. You know, I mean, because right now, obviously, they're not going to have, you know, they're not going to tease it to it where, you know, something's going to happen between Charlotte and them two, which is fine with me. But actually, I heard that Charlotte got hurt, too, at a live event.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of. So that's why she wasn't really doing anything on Raw.
Do you know what the injury was?
I think it was another head injury.
Oh, okay.
I think it was another head injury. So.
Can I just throw this out there? I was just thinking about this, and it just blew my mind. What if we have the first WrestleMania Divas title ladder match?
That would be cool.
I like it, yes.
What are you talking about? Is it triple threat?
The triple threat ladder match.
Triple threat ladder match?
Title. I think that would be awesome. I think you will see things that we've never seen these women do
It's never been done before.
Yeah, I think it would be awesome.
But I don't know if I don't know if I would like it as a triple threat, though. I would like to see somebody else involved, too, like Asuka. Throw her in the mix. Emma's good. Paige, throw her in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to see the triple threat match. I just want to see them three. You know, if they try to add a ladder match, I just think that's a little bit too much.
That's excessive.
You know what I'm saying? And I just think if they are going to do a ladder match like that, throw in some other girls in there. You know what I'm saying?
A couple surprise NXT girls.
Yes.
Like Bailey.
Bailey, that's right.
I'd be a happy little pop right there.
Yeah.
No
and
pun
they
on,
gotta bring her up. Oh my God, she is so good.
She needs a moment. That's all it takes is one moment after something.
I mean, I don't see it happening until next year, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, nah. Or the day after WrestleMania.
Or
like Paige.
I mean, now speaking of NXT, though, I mean we're off subject a little bit. Now, does she? The NXT they got a pay-per-view that weekend also, right, on Saturday?
Yes, I believe so.
Takeover,
the Dallas show.
What is it?
Dallas.
Takeover Dallas, right?
That's where.
That's on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Is it at that stadium too, or
I
no?
I believe it's during. It'd be during. Oh God, what do they call it? The Fan Fest.
Okay.
Fan
Yes.
Fest? Yeah.
Yes.
Like one of the NXT live events there.
I don't know. I got to look more into it. I know they're having that, but I wasn't.
They're not doing it at the AT&T. They're doing it at the K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
So it won't be the same venue as WrestleMania, but it'll be nearby.
Okay, all right. Well, it's going to be a good show either way. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of changes after WrestleMania. I don't really see anything going on before WrestleMania except for the whole Sami Zayn thing. But you never know with the WWE. They got to make some changes. They got to make them quick. So, all right. So now the next thing that happened was AJ and Jericho versus New Day. Let me tell you something. That was a really damn good match.
Don't mind the pun. It was phenomenal, though. It was. I thought it was a great match.
It was. I was very, very impressed. AJ just got a huge pop there, man. I mean, it was big.
Do you see what he was doing in that match? Like,
I know there was a move I popped for. I could not wait to see on WWE.
Which was that? The
moonsault reverse DDT.
Oh my God! Yes, that was so awesome. Did you see that?
The 450 splash off the
and
top
that too.
rope.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like those two moves, he didn't have to do anything else after that. Because that's so me. I was amazed by it.
That is true.
And the New Day did a good job at selling.
Yeah. And at one point when he did that DDT, I was just like, back down. I was like, oh no, do it right, please, do it right. And it was nailed perfectly. New Day ended up winning, and something happened to where Jericho decided to attack AJ.
Okay, give him 2 code breakers.
I thought he gave him 3.
Was it 3?
3?
Yeah, 3.
3?
Okay. Yeah, gave him three code breakers. Now I get it. You know, at first I was like, you know what? This is what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I understand it because now it's a whole different dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay? Before, because if you remember the last match they had together at that pay-per-view, it was what? It was pretty even.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the crowd was going, let's go AJ or let's go Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
So it was even. So I think for them to do this, it was a whole different meaning now. And Jericho is just a super heel now, straight up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, first of all, I just wanted to say about Jericho, I think Jericho is an absolute genius. And I believe 150% that he was behind those Y2AJ t-shirts. And
I'm sure.
And, I mean, the way he's been with this whole rivalry with AJ, I know I was sick of it after 3, but now, especially after what he did on SmackDown,
what happened on SmackDown?
He went out and he cut this killer heel promo, and it was just amazing.
Really?
I mean, Ron, if you would have saw it, man, I don't know if you saw it, the promo he cut, he went and he burned the Y2AJ t-shirt, and as the shirt is burning, he's saying AJ Styles. AJ Styles, and it was just epic. Ron, I want to know what was it you thinking during that promo?
Well, me being a historian, I do from time to time. I come up with the story. It made me think of back in WrestleMania 7 promos with Sergeant Slaughter and Hulk Hogan, and it made me feel like a kid again. It's like it was entertaining. I understand you want to be jerk towards your own creation or possible creation, but I don't know. Was it too? Do you think it was proper?
I think they just try to show that that Jericho is the heel in this match.
Okay,
so they want to make sure that everybody knows he is the heel, so no need to cheer for him anymore. So there's no need to say "Let's go Jericho" when they're fighting at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
I think
the 4th match will be great. I honestly think that these two do work well together. It's going to be a great match.
Yeah, and I do too. Because before you heard me say it too. I don't want to see this again after the 3rd time. Remember I said it. I said right at that period, I said, you know what? After that, just end it. And then when they got together, I was like, I have a feeling Jericho's going to turn. Yeah. But how they did it, it was, smart to really make him look like a heel. So that was fine. That was good. And, so now I am looking forward to it. I'd rather see AJ in the mix with the title, maybe with Kevin Owens, that would have been a phenomenal match, no pun, but you know what I'm saying? That's what I've been waiting for. I wanted to see that so bad, and when I seen them together, I was kind of like, nah, they're going to put them in a different program. It's either Jericho's going to turn or they're going to really have them face New Day at WrestleMania. And, of course, it ended up Jericho turning on AJ. So we'll see what happens after that. So
and what upset me most about this was on Raw when Jericho was delivering the code breakers, the commentary was silent.
Yeah.
There was silence.
Yeah.
But when he was burning that t-shirt, Mauro Ranallo, the best voice of WWE, and even Jerry the King, back to his heel ways, just talking, oh my God, he's burning the t-shirt and stuff like that. That is what I want. Yeah. I don't want silence when he's delivering a code breaker. How about, oh my God, a code breaker, Y2J turn on AJ, give me that, man, something. And SmackDown is stepping its game up, and if Raw doesn't do something, they're gonna lose ratings to SmackDown, and it could be a good thing. SmackDown is,
and I tell you, that new announcer, he's a huge change for SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you. And what pissed me off is that in that last pay-per-view, he did what? He did the freaking pre-show.
Pre-show.
He did the pre-show match, and then they took him out.
Yep.
I'm like, are you serious, man? Leave him in for the whole thing. You know, and you're right. Commentary does play a big part in storytelling in wrestling. And you're right. You know, with Cole and Byron and JBL, they're not doing the job. They're really not. I mean, talk about it. Say how upset you are. Say something. You know, when it was just dead silence, and Jericho did that, I was like, oh, boy, come on, do something.
Where's Jim Ross when we need him?
Exactly. My God, he's got a fit.
Yeah. Also on SmackDown, SmackDown edited out a portion of that Y2J promo.
I heard about that.
In which AJ Styles comes out to the ring to go after Y2J, and the Ascension attack AJ.
Yep.
And stare down Y2J and leave. Why was that cut out? I guess they just realized that was a huge mistake.
That didn't make sense. Yeah. I heard about that they cut that part off. But I don't know. Like I said, they got the pay-per-view this weekend, and I think Jericho is still going to interview New Day, because apparently that's what it was last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
so
that's what I heard.
Is it still on for this weekend too?
I believe so. I haven't heard anything that changes that.
So I mean, if that happens, I mean, something's going to happen to where either AJ is going to attack Jericho or Jericho's going to attack AJ. Something's going to happen, because all they said, even from when I mentioned it last week, was that AJ was going to be on hand to wrestle somebody. So we'll see what happens. So now back to Raw. Tyler Breeze versus Kalisto. It was a very quick match. I'm a fan of Tyler Breeze.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
John Morrison. I see a lot of John Morrison in him.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, I don't think they're using him right. Which I knew they would. I knew they would with him. I mean, and it started when he was with Summer Rae. I was like, no, he can't be with Summer Rae. No, let that go. And they did. So I'm thinking, all right, maybe he's going to get a nice push. Sure enough, didn't happen. It went really quick. I wanted so much more out of this match because it had such big potential, and I was like hyped for it, but unfortunately it didn't. They do need to take Breeze in a different direction, I think. Just do something else with him, put him in a program where it's going to work for him and to establish him as a big heel. And right now they're not doing that. Kalisto ended up winning. He was in the back, and then of course the promo he was doing, and then Ryback came in and he gave this huge speech, which went nowhere. I was like, are you kidding me right now with this? It was just so boring. He's like, I respect you, but I'm a big guy. I need to eat, but I respect you. Watch how I do in the ring, but I respect you.
It was like he's reading off his match.
You're a new guy. I'm the big guy. I need to eat. Watch me in the ring. Watch what I do. Watch me. Just watch me. But I respect you. Why am I going on with this? That's how it was.
We can do it forever because I'm a big guy.
I think it will be a great match. I think it's something. We've seen the match already at King of the Ring where Kalisto upset Ryback. I think it will be a good match to watch. It's just the way Ryback is selling it.
I forgot all about that. That is right. Holy cow. But you know what? It would have been nice if they mentioned it.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
But I think they want to erase that because at that time Ryback was the big guy, and now he's the big guy. So I don't know if they want to bring that up because Ryback did lose. So maybe that's why they keep it on the wraps.
Yeah.
But they did talk about it on SmackDown, in which the Lucha Dragons fought the League of Nations again.
And they lost, right?
Yeah, they lost. Lucha Dragons lost, and Sin Cara took the pin. And I think remember Ryback was saying, I don't think you should be with Sin Cara, blah, blah, blah. And I guess that's what they're trying to use as fuel so that Kalisto leaves the Lucha Dragons, puts doubt in his mind, and now you have Ryback and Kalisto. Yeah. But Ryback just shut up. Just be the big guy.
do you
beat
want-
people down.
Do you want me to do the Ryback impression again?
Yeah. You both do a little right about.
I'm hungry. I need to eat. But like I said, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm 99% sure that at WrestleMania is going to be Kalisto versus Ryback, which should be an entertaining match. I don't see anything wrong with it, but big guy, little guy, there seems to be
Have Mauro Ronaldo call that match, and that match will be amazing.
It would. I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens at WrestleMania if they're even gonna use him.
Oh, if they use him for the pre-show before, use this match as a pre-show opener, and put Mauro there. He has to be part of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right. So now the Hall of Fame. Guess who was in the Hall of Fame?
The Big Boss Man.
Ray Traylor, the Big Boss Man, made it to the Hall of Fame. Good for him.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
Very well-deserved honor.
yeah, absolutely. Now, did they say who's going to induct him?
No,
I didn't
not
hear.
yet.
No?
No.
Didn't hear anything yet, but let me while you guys talk, I'll look it up and see what we
Well,
get.
my idea, if I were to pick anybody, would either be
Nails. He had one of the freaking scariest freaking voices ever.
because that was his legit voice.
Yeah, I know that. That's what I'm talking. I'm like, he really scared me back in the day.
with
Really?
with the rabies foam coming out of his mouth all the time.
That was like, ugh.
Yeah, but I was thinking it could either be I'm saying One Man Gang Akeem, or
I
the
can see
Doctor of
that.
Style Slick,
Slick.
or
Slick.
a third possibility Jim Cornette.
Ooh.
That would be awesome.
The Big Bubba, he got him
Yes,
started. The Big
yeah.
Bubba Rogers in
Yeah.
the UWF and the NWA days.
I don't know. That's going to be tough, man.
With Cornette and Ring of
Yes,
Honor.
Yeah.
He's still with Ring of Honor, right?
Cornette?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying that with him, that'll be tough because he's still with Ring of Honor. But I don't
Slick
know.
would be entertaining.
Slick would be entertaining. It would. But I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. So now, on to the next thing. It was Dean versus Bray. They could have done so much more with this match. You know what I'm saying?
I felt extremely let down.
I did too. I mean, because then Triple H comes out. Now, wait a minute. Who won that match?
Oh,
It was disqualification. Ambrose won. The Wyatts interfered.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was. So then, they do their thing on Dean, and then Triple H comes out, and then there was a stare down,
Yeah.
which was unusual. And the stare down was between Bray and Triple H. The Bray Wyatt ended up doing like a little caress thing on the belt.
Amazing. I
But
loved
just
it.
turns and walks. But what was the purpose of that? For what?
I think
Psychology.
it's just to shut us fans up that
Yeah.
I'm loving Bray Wyatt, and I think because we want Bray Wyatt up there, and I think that's just to put in our head that there's a chance down the line, we don't know how far down that line, that Bray will finally get to the top of the mountain. And
Yeah, but why would they tease that now before WrestleMania? That doesn't make sense. Especially with the Roadblock pay-per-view tomorrow.
there you go. The
Mind
Wyatts could
games.
be involved in that match, in the Roadblock
It could
match.
be.
They could cause some trouble.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. So now we're gonna close Raw notes with this. Instead of doing a ratings, we're gonna do this little thing. It's gonna be called Mad, Glad, and Sad. So basically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna tell me what made Raw mad. Why was you mad? Why was you glad and sad about Raw? So I'll go first, so that way you guys can follow up on me.
Okay.
So basically, I was mad because Neville lost and needs more of a big push. I was glad to see the split of AJ and Jericho, and I was sad because Ryback's promo. So
how'd that voice go again?
what's that?
How'd that voice go again?
We'll be here for about another hour. Or so that's my mad, glad, and sad for Raw.
Okay, Rick, how did you feel about that?
Well, what made me infuriated, we'll just
Mad.
call it mad, was Triple H getting laid out by the Dirty Deeds. He sold over. You want to talk about overselling? He was unconscious. Crazy. I was so upset about that. What made me glad was Shane McMahon's highlight reel. The fact that they showed that I forgot some of the amazing matches that Shane had, and it was definitely a boost going into WrestleMania. And again, what made me sad, Ryback's interview, horrible. It's so sad.
His promo?
Yeah, what you got, Weasel?
Well, I'm going to start off with the easy one because I have to agree with both of you. What made me sad is the Ryback. What always makes me glad is I get to see Becky. I'm not going to lie. I may be showing a little impartiality there. What made me mad is, like we said for the main event, they could have done a hell of a lot more with that main event.
Yeah, I wish they did.
Yeah.
But anyways, everybody out there listening, if you have any questions or if you have any comments or if you want to throw out ideas for the show, you can always reach us on Twitter at Wrestling POV, and you can also reach us on Facebook at Wrestling POV Podcast. And we're going to be working on an Instagram account, right?
Yes, we are. I'm getting ready. I'm getting it started right now. Maybe within the next week or two, we'll definitely have it up and running.
Sweet deal. So as soon as we get on, we get set up on that, we will definitely let you guys know. We're going to go to a commercial break, and then when we come back from commercial, we're going to have our favorite segment of them all, the underrated, overrated segment. I'm stoked for that.
I am. I can't wait to see what he throws at us.
Yeah, I'm going to be curious, but wait till you see what I got. But
all right.
We'll be right back.
Calvary Contracting is a locally owned family business. Our outstanding track record continues because we understand that quality and excellence can be achieved with proper communication and planning. Our commitment to excellence is built on teamwork and the belief that partnering your vision with our experience will lead to sterling results. We specialize in kitchen and bathroom remodels from design to completion, hardwood floors installation and refinishing, or custom tile work. Whether it be home remodeling, restoration, or building out your new office space, how can we serve you? Call us today at 669-6583 or find us at calvaryserves.com. That's 669-6583 or calvaryserves.com, where we work on a higher standard.
And welcome back now to our favorite segment of them all. Underrated, overrated. And of course, during underrated, overrated, we pick two wrestlers, or depending on our mood, and we pick them from the past, present, and the future, and judge if they were overrated and underrated. So now I got two, Ron's got two. And Rick's got two, so here we go. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Now, my first one is Chief J. Strongbow.
Chief J. Strongbow. Give us a reason. What do you think?
Now, I'm asking you guys first.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to pass this on to Ron to take it first. What do you think, Ron?
Overrated.
What?
100%.
Holy cow, really?
I didn't buy into him.
And you thought he was overrated?
Like everybody, don't get me wrong. I'm not taking away from the fact that he's a legend and everything he's done in this business. Yes, I understand that.
Okay.
But I truly believe that he was just overrated. I think maybe I haven't seen enough of him to think otherwise.
Wow.
But
I am in shock, my friend. Unreal. All right, what about you, Rick? What do you think? Overrated or underrated? Chief J. Strongbow.
I'm going to have to say overrated.
What the hell? Are you guys serious right now?
I'm gonna have to.
This
say
is Chief. Do you want me to repeat myself? Who I just said? Chief J. Strongbow.
Oh, I thought you said Jules
Not
Strongbow.
Jules.
No,
Jules.
no, but seriously,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He had a great
I'm done.
match, a great thing with Greg Valentine.
Yeah.
If I have to look him up to get other information. Maybe it's because it's before my era, but I really don't know much about him. I know about the Indian strap match with Greg Valentine, but
Loved it.
That's about it. I don't know.
Wow. I'm going to have to put
You
an
were
ad
not
in the paper.
expecting me. All right, I finally got fired.
Now, Tony, if you say he's overrated, then you just threw me off for a loop. So what is your...
That's what I was going to say. He was overrated. No, I'm kidding. No, I think he was underrated. I really do. he wasn't used much. And like I said, you said it earlier, the best match that he ever had was that strap match. He was the wrestler for the fans.
Right.
That's how he was. And they never, to me, in my opinion, they never used him the right way. I never think they overused him. You guys are wrong. Just dead freaking wrong. All right, next one. Next one I got is Finn Balor.
Ooh, that is interesting. I think right now he is underrated. I really think that he should definitely be pushed up already. I think it's been way too long that he's been down in NXT.
Yep.
I think he puts on good shows, and I think he's going to show us a great show against Samoa Joe at the Takeover show.
Yep.
And I really, from his charisma, everything he does, I really feel like he's underrated. They got to give him a push. That's in my opinion.
All right. What about you, Rob?
I'm going to have to agree with him on that. Underrated. 100% all the way.
Same reasons?
Mostly the same reasons. He needs to come up. He needs more exposure, and he's going to get that on the main roster, obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe, Mania's the time.
It could be.
That's his time.
It could be, but he's got to defend the title the night before.
That's right.
So who knows where they're going to go with that. But yeah, I agree with you. I say he is underrated. He's spending way too long on NXT. Way too long. I get right now, according to Triple H, that he is the face of NXT. I get that, but you know what? It's time to move on. He's not getting any younger, and he needs to be up on the main roster. So, all right, those were my picks. So now on to you, Ron.
All right, my first pick is Superfly, Jimmy Snuka.
Oh,
Overrated. Didn't even have to think about it. Overrated. He is overrated.
All right,
I love Jimmy
Snuka. Put a new ad out.
I love Jimmy Snuka growing up, but he was overrated every time. And I could be wrong thinking it, but to me it was like they always put him as the underdog. Just like what they still do now, where they always play the underdog role and this and that. And with him, they kind of did that, especially with the feud with Don Morocco. Classic. And a little bit of a tidbit is I was there at Madison Square Garden. My mom took me and my brother to see that cage match.
Nice.
With Don Morocco and Jimmy Snuka, where he jumped off the top of that cage. I was insane, a little boy then, way up in the bleachers. But hey, I can always say I was there.
That's right, man.
And that is why I think he is overrated. I mean, what do I know Jimmy Snuka for? Flying off that cage all them years ago.
But how does that make him overrated?
Because you're known for one thing, man.
No, he's not.
For me, it's coconuts and jumping off a cage.
Okay. Well, at least he added the coconuts. There's two reasons.
Yeah. Okay. The Roddy Piper. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. And that's all I know about. I mean, Jimmy Snuka. I know he's a big Samoan dude. How can you make him the underdog? It's like Roman Reigns right now, and it's just like,
no, that's
come on.
Oh, buddy.
I think I'm gonna stick
and
to my guns.
if Mimi was here, whoa,
she would be tearing him up right now.
She would have canceled you out on Skype.
Anytime, any place, anywhere.
Oh my God, there's a challenge.
All right, so wait, what do you think? What did you threw him out there?
I think overrated.
Overrated too? Wow, 3 overrateds. That's crazy.
But, it's not dissing him.
For Jimmy Snuka, that's unusual. I mean, I gave my reasons why, but that's really.
I think he's overrated. Yeah, he had great programs with the right people. Yeah. Roddy Piper, his whole program with Piper was crazy. Morocco.
And Morocco.
Then when you brought up the underdog thing, think about when Buddy Rogers saved Snuka from Captain Lou.
That's right, yep.
For saying Lou was his manager, this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah.
That kind of started the whole underdog Snuka here, in my opinion.
Yep. No, I agree with you. But, and like I said, Jimmy Snuka was one of my favorites growing up. So, it's painful me, it's really, hard for me to say that he was overrated. But he actually was. So.
Okay. My next pick, Natty Neidhart.
Now are we looking at it as her as a wrestler?
As a wrestler.
Or
not
her
don't
being on Total Divas?
No.
I already said it.
No, David.
So just her as a wrestler, I would have to say underrated because of the simple fact they're not really giving her a push that she deserves. You know, I mean, she's been in that business for so long, and they use her for one segment, and then all right, we're done with you for now, Natty. Just hang back and start, you know, hanging out with the new people and stuff like that. But I just think she's just underrated right now. She can be so much more than what she is right now. So that's my.
Now you.
And I'm gonna sound. It's gonna be kind of boring that I'm agreeing, but again, I'm agreeing. I mean, it's underrated. I mean, she's probably the best technical Divas wrestler.
Yeah.
And I think she never had a chance. I think they hid her behind Beth Phoenix for too long.
Yes.
And then by the time it was her time to shine, you're bringing all these NXT girls up, and now she's gone again. And for that reason, underrated.
Yeah. All right. Those are some 2 good ones.
There's 2 good ones.
Those are some 2 good ones. Wait, what did you say?
Oh, I didn't yet. But I'm going to be weasel-like here. I'm going to go overrated.
Really?
Ooh.
And the reason being, I think she's overrated because of the fame, because of her father.
Her father? Really? I don't see that.
But I also agree with you guys that she needs more time. They're not using her right. I don't think they will use her right.
Right.
Hasn't she been a little injury prone too?
Not really.
Not like, or okay, well, unless you want to call Total Divas an injury. Okay, we'll go with that. But I'm gonna be the weasel here.
Okay.
True form.
All right. Well,
All right.
those are 2 good ones. All right, Rick, it's up to you now.
My first ever underrated, overrated, and my past wrestler is going to be Hillbilly Jim.
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna tell you another one. I'm gonna say straight up, overrated.
Okay.
Overrated. And the reason why he was overrated was because he was that gullible guy that everybody loved. So, you know, in Vince's eyes, I know once he saw that, he saw gold. He saw money. So he just kept on throwing him out there to people. Hey, look, here's Hillbilly Jim again. Here's Hillbilly. Not really having an established feud with anybody. If he did, it lasted, what?
WrestleMania 3 with King Kong Bundy?
Yeah,
Which was a joke.
Yes,
it was.
It was, you know, and he was overused for nothing, to be honest. He was. Because then, if you think about it, who did they bring along? Cousin Luke, to try to help out.
Uncle Elmer.
Well,
Uncle
I'm going to tell you, he was injured, and that's why they brought Cousin Lou around. He broke his leg. So
Exactly, but at the same time, though, they did nothing with him, and they overexposed him. So my answer is overrated.
I'm going to have to go with you on that. Overrated. He was fun in spots that he was meant to be fun in.
Yeah.
I have to agree with Rick. The WrestleMania 3 match, although kind of funny, was, you're right, a joke.
It was.
You know, I mean, come on, Little Beaver punching Bundy in the boiler. I had to bring up Bob Uecker in somewhere here. But, yeah.
Yeah.
He was great, entertaining, and really, his only other claim to fame I can think of other than that was Hulk Hogan giving him his boots.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, like, because he'd be sitting there in the MSG shows.
Yeah.
You know, you'd see him on the Garden Network, and, you know, brought him out of the crowd.
Yeah.
Trained him, and like, oh, here's your boots, brother.
I remember that. That segment, yeah.
Where Hillbilly Jim had to fake like he couldn't lift up the weights and stuff when you could. Like, the guy's insanely ripped as he is.
Yeah,
you know?
he did a Dolph Ziggler overacting job. So, all right, so
I'm gonna have to disagree.
What?
I think he was underrated.
Okay.
The man was 6'7", 320 pounds, and he did what? He fought King Kong Bundy and a bunch of little kids running around the ring. I feel like, I mean, you could have had him like this American guy. I mean, he was the hillbilly guy, and I think a lot of people could have got behind that. I think he should have gotten a bigger push. He beat Andre the Giant.
He did.
And a lot of people don't know that, and not a lot of people have. Hillbilly Jim beat him by disqualification. I mean, it's a win. I'll take it. Not a lot of people have wins over Andre.
This is during like his '89 heel run, right? When Andre turned heel.
Yeah, that was that time. Yep. And then he managed the Godwins. I mean, they didn't give him a chance. I feel like he got squashed by Earthquake on Saturday Night Main Event, which I thought was a great match, by the way, even though it lasted 2 minutes. But I think he needed more spotlight. I think he needed a good run.
I'm sticking with what I'm saying. He was just too overrated for me.
Yeah.
They used him too much. Yeah.
I'll always love him. He'll be a memorable character. But yeah.
Sweet.
That's the Godwins. Wrong one.
No.
All right, so,
He did manage him, so you might as well count it.
all right, so what you got next?
My present wrestler, someone very similar to Hillbilly Jim, Luke Harper.
Wow, seriously?
Wow. Really? You're going to bring him up now?
Seriously gonna? Come on.
Wow, buddy.
You know I wrestled him, right?
And I've worked with him.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I wrestled him when he was John Huber.
And I go back a little further than John Huber when it was Huber Boy number 2.
No, actually, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I didn't know he
Huber
used
Boy.
John then.
No. That's
okay.
that's what his real name is.
Yeah.
But in his ring name, it was Huber Boy, and I wrestled him as that years ago. With was it 24/7 Wrestling?
24/7, yes, that was.
And it was a triple threat match. It was me, him, and some other dude that was there, and quite the character he is.
He was great, and he came out with. He came out with the FAG then.
Yeah,
the freaking awesome guys.
Freaking awesome guys, yeah. But I have to say underrated. You know, he's my boy. I have to say underrated because they don't. You know, I mean, granted, he's great with the Wyatts. They did give him a singles run somewhat when he won the Intercontinental belt, but I still think there's more to him than what they're using him now. So I have to say underrated.
I'm going to go with underrated. I've seen, with you, I've seen him come from the bottom.
Yep.
I never got to work a match with him, and I regret that. I've seen him in CZW, later on.
Yep.
His development has just been phenomenal. But
Oh, yeah.
He's got a lot. There's a lot more that can be done. There's a lot more that he can give.
Oh God, yeah.
So,
and the comparison to Bruiser Brody too. At that,
it's like he looks like a legitimate son.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't.
And I'm just gonna have to agree with you. I think he's highly underrated. I think his run with the IC title proved that he can carry himself. The things he does in the ring, diving out the ring, the kicks he does,
crazy,
everything.
Right?
He is awesome. I love the mannerisms. I love everything he does when he panders to the crowd. Yeah. All that stuff works for him. So I have to say underrated.
Okay, yeah, that was some good ones there.
Mm-hmm, very good ones.
Shocked me with Luke Harper.
Yes, I wasn't ready for Luke Harper either.
I wasn't expecting that.
I can't think of a bad thing.
And I have to say, if you fans out there want to be part of this underrated, overrated, send us a wrestler that you would like us to discuss, whether he's from the past or the present, by going to our Facebook page at Wrestling POV Podcast, using the hashtag POV_over, or at Twitter at Wrestling POV, using the same hashtag POV_over.
Very good. All right, now next, I want to, before we start wrapping things up, we just got a couple more things to go. I want to talk real quick about Roadblock. Okay. Now, Rick, you got the whole program there, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have about 4 matches. I think they're going to add one.
Confirmed?
4 matches confirmed. We have the New Day defending the titles against Sheamus and Barrett.
Okay. Well, we'll see where they go with that. Okay, what's the next one you got?
We got the Revival, the NXT Tag Team Championships. Revival versus Cassidy and Enzo.
That's going to be a good one. That is going to be a good one. Okay, so what else you got?
Push for the NXT. I think then we have Brock versus Bray Wyatt.
That's going to be another good one. Absolutely.
There's going to be a monster match. I think something crazy is going to happen there.
Yeah. All right.
And of course we have the WWE World Heavyweight Title match: Dean Ambrose versus Triple H.
You know, I am looking forward to that card. It's going to be it's different, and I think with this pay-per-view coming up, I think it's definitely going to have everything finalized, I guess you can say, leading into WrestleMania.
Yeah, something has to happen. Something has to happen here,
and they got to do it, and they definitely have to do it at that pay-per-view. They definitely have to do it at that pay-per-view. All right, so that wraps up that one real quick, and hold the phone. Do you know what that means?
What does that mean?
It is time for the very first Rick Serrano's Wrestling Joke of the Week. This is going to be... Yes.
He's already got the yes.
This is going to be a weekly thing where he's going to tell a wrestling joke that's his favorite, I guess, for the week. So take it away, Rick.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rick Serrano's Wrestling Joke of the Week. Today's joke is, what do you call any John Cena match?
What?
A buried alive match. He buried Rusev. He buried Bray Wyatt. He buried Zack Ryder.
Stole Zack Ryder's girl.
What the hell have I done?
A buried alive match.
Jesus Christ. What the hell have I done? What's going on with this show, man? Seriously, what is going on here? What is this?
I got no word for it.
I got this. What the hell?
Now, if you fans out there that are listening would like to send in wrestling jokes, send them in to our Facebook page, Wrestling POV Podcast, or our Twitter at Wrestling POV under the hashtag POV Jokes. Remember, people, this is a family-friendly show, so try to keep them clean. I'll keep the dirty ones on the side for myself.
All right, wonderful. That was wonderfully done.
That was very well
done. Actually, you know what? Before we only got a few things to talk about. Actually, we didn't do it before, but let's do some predictions about Roadblock. So let's just go over them real quick, and we'll say who wins, loses, or whatever.
Okay, I'm in Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar. I'm going with Bray.
I'm gonna go with Bray too, with some interference.
Wow.
Interference, okay.
Yes.
I
What do you think?
I hope Bray wins, but I just feel like they bury him, and I feel like Brock is gonna do what he's been doing. I mean, I went to the event where he fought Big Show, and it was a boring match. I'm sick of the suplexes.
Yeah, I'm getting there too. Okay, so what do you got next?
Next we got New Day versus Sheamus and Barrett.
I think that's going to be double DQ. I don't see anything happening. I really don't.
I see a smile somehow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think, Rick?
Yeah, I think they're gonna build this up to be a multi-tag team match, which I actually believe.
They could, yeah.
I think the League of Nations will have two teams in that tag team title match. I'm thinking that they'll have Barrett and Sheamus. They'll have Rusev and Del Rio, the New Day, and another tag team.
That could be it. But you're talking for Mania, right?
For Mania. So I think this match will definitely end in a
DQ.
Probably New Day. New Day will probably end up winning this match, though.
Clean?
I think with interference from our man with the trombone.
Xavier Woods.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what's the next match? Wait, did you say?
I started with Brock Lesnar and Bray.
No. I'm saying.
Who do I
yeah.
pick?
Did you pick? Did you say who was going to win?
No, I'm gonna go with like his idea with New Day. That
with interference.
Interference.
Okay, I don't see that happening. Not at this pay per view. I really don't. Especially because they want to carry it on to WrestleMania. So, all right. So what's next?
We got the NXT Tag Team Championship Revival versus Cassidy and Enzo.
You know what? I want to see Enzo and Colin. I want to see them win that match so bad. But again, the thing is, if they do, they're still at NXT.
Done. They're done. Yeah.
If they don't win, they're definitely going to be called up the next night on Raw. So, as much as I love them guys as a tag, and they're probably one of the hottest tag teams in NXT right now, I don't want them to win. So I'm going to have to go with the other guys. Sorry.
The other guy. I would go with the other guys.
The other guys. You too? You really are?
I am a big guy.
That's right back. Get him away. All right, so Rick, what do you think?
Hopefully, I think Revival will win, and I hope that they win. So Cassidy and we have Enzo come up. I really would like to see them. Yeah, I want to see that.
All right, so what else you got?
And then we got the championship match: Ambrose versus Triple H.
I think there's going to be some kind of interference by Roman. I think.
Okay.
And my guess is that it's going to be a triple threat at Mania. And they're going to do some other different program with Brock, which may be with Bray, and it's going to end up being a triple threat. That's my guess. So I see Roman interfering, so I don't see nobody winning that match either.
Okay.
I really don't. It looks like they're trying to push Dean a little bit, but at the same time, they want Roman to get over, and I don't know. Especially the last 2 weeks that's been going on, especially what I said earlier with Dean saying that he doesn't care what Roman thinks and all this other stuff. So Roman has been away for a couple weeks, so he might be ready to go, and I think he's going to interfere in this match.
You see Superman punch coming? Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere to Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
What do you think?
Ron, what do you think, Ron?
I'm gonna go with Dean.
As a winner?
No, not winning.
Oh, not winning. Oh, I was gonna say, wow.
Come on, I had to have the Lance Storm dramatic pause there. But no, I don't think he's gonna go over, and I think it's gonna be something like there's gonna be interference from Roman or somebody off the wall.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, my dog doesn't think so.
I don't think your dog agrees with us
I have to say,
ever.
I'm sorry about that. I honestly think Dean Ambrose is walking out champion.
Really?
Okay.
I think
Clean?
It's gonna be. I think because the Wyatts. I think Bray Wyatt's gonna
What?
cost.
Ooh.
I think
That's
Triple H
interesting.
I think the Wyatts are gonna cost Triple H the match, and I think it's gonna be Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns. Possibly Seth Rollins returns, make it a triple threat. We don't know, but I think Bray Wyatt versus Triple H at Mania may happen. I think that may be. Because I'd rather see Ambrose versus Reigns anyway. I'm sick of seeing Triple H's face.
I don't know. That's a big twist. That is a really big twist. So that wraps up for that little segment. And
Tony, we have a hot off the press email here for you.
For me?
Yes,
Hold on,
it's for you.
let me read what it says. Before we wrap this up. Oh wow. This is really interesting, and this is really big news. This is huge news for us.
Huge.
This is really big. You want to know what it is?
Yeah. What
Tell
do you
me.
got
Tell
there?
me.
Right. Now, check this out. This is in the email I just got. Thank you for giving that to me.
Not a problem.
A WWE talent wants to join our show as an on-air personality.
What?
No That's serious.
way.
You got to who? Man? You got to give us a hint, man.
You guys want to know who it is?
Yeah. Who?
Yes.
You know what? I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint.
All
Okay.
right.
He had a match at WrestleMania.
Oh wow! Thanks,
So this is
Tony.
big.
That's a good hint right there.
That's the only hint I'm giving you, though.
Okay.
That's the only hint I'm giving. He was at he had a match at WrestleMania. This is huge for us.
This is extremely huge.
This is extremely huge for us. Let me tell you
The
something.
WWE is already at our door.
That is,
Yes.
hey, I'm fine with that.
Not
That
gonna
is
complain there.
Let me tell you something. This is huge. But guess what? I'm not going to make this announcement until next week.
Wow.
Next week,
man.
I will make this. Actually, holy cow, Rick! It looks like you're going to have company because he says he's going to meet you at your house next week.
What? No way.
I'm dead serious.
No,
That's what he.
what?
Look at the email.
He fully requested it.
That's
It's right there on
right
paper.
there on paper. He wants
Welcome
to be.
to New York City, whoever you
So
are.
he said he's gonna contact you to give
Right.
you to give him the details of when he can meet you, and he said he's gonna join us next week. This is gonna be huge, man. This is gonna be really, really big for us. But guess what? You guys have to stay tuned until next week. I'm sorry because we're out of time. But guess what? If you guys have any clues or have any ideas of who this person can be, write them at Facebook at Wrestling POV Podcast, or you can even send it on Twitter at Wrestling POV. And that's all we have for the show, folks. I am Tony Diaz. I am your host, along with
Louise O'Rounders.
and our new member of the family.
The third wheel, Rick Serrano, the third.
Nicely
Love
done.
this guy.
Nicely done. Love, peace, and hair grease. We'll see you next week.